felicidad. En la Pablo felicidad. It's another holiday that I don't even celebrate. Oh my God. From the bottom of my heart.
Busted. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast. You know the name.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin.
With Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, I gotta be quiet today. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm not even going to keep going with the theme song because let me just get right into something right here. So Rachel and her friend are downstairs, and they recording a podcast, right? They're trying to do a fashion podcast, okay? So I had to, no one even helps me for my podcast, and I'm down here fucking setting up lights, getting the mics, making sure the whole thing is set up for them, you know? And then they're all like, don't be too loud. It's like, it's a nightmare. And then I'm trying to explain to them how to work the thing, right? How to turn on the mixer recorder, you know, the H6 Zoom, you know. They're not even paying attention because they're looking at the test, you know, on their phone of the, you know, what it looks like, and they're just like, oh, I don't know if I should wear that outfit, and the other one's like, well, I know, and then they're just going on and on about nonsense that has nothing to do with what's happening to do this. Let me put my air quotes up, podcast, but whatever. I'm supportive. I'm a support. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be supportive. It doesn't matter if it does well or not. Like, I hope it does great. You know what I mean? Better than mine. But if it doesn't, what does it even matter? Because it doesn't even matter even with mine, right? But it's just a nightmare, okay? So I had to cut the intro short today. But welcome to Riffin with Griffin. And so I finally got somebody to help me out. He's doing a little video editing and stuff for me. Nickname Wiggy. You know, there I'll show you guys a picture of him right there. So there he is right there. The cute white boy. You know, always got his shirt off on his Instagram. It's too much, but he's talented. Talented. So he made this video, and I'll show you guys later. Just because I just said some, and I want to use it for a Patreon content, so I'm gonna show it to you here on the podcast. You know, I went to the dentist with Rachel, and I recorded myself. We just did like some recording. So we iPhoned in with Griffin, and then I sent him the videos, and he put it together like what he did, and it's just hilarious. You know, actually, we should just play it right now, right? So here's what the guy put together. So if you're listening, you're not going to be able to see it, so you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go to the YouTube and check it out. Because it's not going to be on the audio side. You know, I'm not going to play it for the audio. But anyways, so let's just assume I played it. Let me do one of my Rick Glassman snaps. And here it is. Okay. Drank too much coffee. And we were headed to the dentist. And so I had to go to the bathroom. So I had to tell Rachel, turn this car around and take me home. Because who wants to poop in some strange dentist office? But she didn't get it and got all mad at me. So now we're breaking up because I had to go poop.
Okay, so if I ever get something like Erik pulled in this car just now.
So anyway, I had to go poop. All right, so we're headed to the dentist, and this is the hot dentist that Rachel said. This is the only woman I would be able to cheat on her with, so I can't wait to meet her.
Okay, so I didn't give you full permission, and I was just like, you know, I actually have told the dentist this like last week about you. So she's excited to meet you too, but luckily she's married. She has kids.
I mean, small hurdle.
But at the same time, I've never seen her without her mask.
Ooh, oh, she could be ugly. Mm.
But she has a dentist picture.
Oh, mask.
Online.
That's right. You just reminded me. I got to get my mask to go to the dentist, which is stupid because my mouth is going to be open at the dentist. So it's like, it don't even make any sense. I don't know where my masks
Okay,
are.
I have masks in the car. Can you come on?
Oh yeah, she has masks in the car. Okay, well, see you. We're on the way.
So we're on the way to the dentist.
This is gonna be my new Patreon content. iPhoning with Griffin. That's what I'm gonna call it. So if you want iPhoning and Griffin, you need to sign up for the Patreon. I'm actually gonna make content. There's Rachel. So, you know, it is what it is. But we're off to the dentist. Off to the dentist on a Saturday. Even though my teeth are nice.
But my teeth are nice too.
No, they're not. You got cavity issues. All right, guys. Throwing the trash out.
That's what I do. All right, so now we're in the car, headed to the dentist.
We're in Rachel's engagement car. Her promise car.
Well, if it's an engagement car, would it be our? Or no, actually a ring is just mine.
This is what I have to deal with. This is the nightmare that is my life.
It's kind of weird how, like, you would think you would share a ring because...
What, do I get to wear it on Tuesdays? When is it my ring?
Well, I guess it wouldn't fit both of us at the same time. It would be like your pinky ring for my index finger.
I don't even know. I think my I think... Yeah, I don't even think it'll fit my pinky. Because she's so skinny. You're so skinny. All right, so we're off to the dentist. And I'll let you know how hot the dentist is. Can't wait to see. Okay, so now we're arguing about what I have on. I have on my Superman shirt. Okay, and then I have on these
Coral
pants. This
pants.
matches. This matches.
From afar it matches, but from a close it doesn't.
She just... You know what I mean?
We're literally supposed to be there in 5 minutes.
You said it was 5 minutes away.
Well, that gives us no walking time from the parking lot to the office.
I think we're gonna be fine, all right?
I think so too, but...
Oof. You might have to turn around again.
We are not turning around again. He will poop in the office.
I'm gonna poop in your car is what I'm gonna do. Just right in your car.
Well, it's our engagement car.
Okay, so we're here in the parking lot of the dentist and it doesn't look like anyone is here.
Turn left.
There's a car next to
destination
us.
will be on the left.
And
Turn
there's a
left.
few cars.
Then your destination will be
It's
on the
just
left.
the other parking lot that we normally park in is closed and it's a Saturday. But I talked to her on the phone. I think she made a special appointment just to meet you.
Yes. All right, well, let's go. Saturday dentistry. Rachel gave me this clan mask.
Oh my god. It's better to not have synthetic dyes on your face.
Oh, now it's okay. Now it's synthetic dyes. Okay, here we go, everybody. She always finds some sort of thing to make it about that. So I'm gonna meet my new dentist with my clan mask on.
Okay, look at this one.
Where are we going? Okay, here we go. Going to the dentist and we're gonna be happy. Going to the... How do you change it around? I feel like such an old man. All right. So here we go. Oh, there's a Wi-Fi area. Is this it? She doesn't even know how to get in. Oh, we're in. All right, guys. I'll let you know what's up.
But the front of the building is actually really nice.
So apparently we're going to some back alley dentistry. This is like you go to El Salvador or something. Ooh, it is nice. Okay, you're out. Let me see that smile.
How's
What-
my smile?
It's good. What did you do?
They just grounded down the crown a little bit because I was getting cold irritation.
Oh. Hello.
Now it's your turn.
You don't mind if I film?
Oh, hi.
This is the.
I'm sorry I interrupted you guys.
No, it's totally okay. This is the new dentist.
So excited to have you guys here.
Oh well, it's going good. Got my teeth cleaned. Yeah. I might take these glasses with me. There's my dentist. So we just got out of the dentist. That was our first couple's doctor's appointment.
The couple who smiles together stays together.
And
You just kissed my smile.
And I kissed your big teeth. And the dentist was cute.
She is. We didn't see her face though.
I know. Yeah, she could have like a cleft lip or something. Who knows? But she did say she was going to leave her family for me. Anyways, this is going to be some Patreon content. Rachel and Eric's story. So make sure you subscribe, follow,
And like.
YouTube members or Patreon. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, so that does that. So the audio people heard me do the snaps, but they didn't get to see the video. So like I said, make sure you go to YouTube, Erik Griffin podcast, and check out what we just saw for you people that saw. So that's some fun things that we'll be doing there. So that's great. So what I want to talk about today, a lot of different things to talk about, I guess. I'm the show's going great, guys. So just today, when this episode comes out, I'll be on set working on the show. They got it's what they call a network run through. So we already did the studio run through. So we had this big network run through. We're gonna get some notes, and they're gonna say take this out, put that in, change that outfit, whatever they're gonna say, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be like recording. We'll be taping the show. And then it'll be all up into the hands of whoever the person is that makes the choice to if the show's going to go or not. So fingers crossed. I love that like collective energy of people rooting for me. And I feel like that helped with the initial audition. So let's hope that it helps with this too. So, and it's an interesting process with a multicam sitcom, because the schedule's great. And I think that the COVID protocols has really fast-tracked or streamlined, I didn't want to say fast-tracked, but streamlined how things are done. Because a lot of times, when you go to a set, they want you to be there like stupid early, especially for a single cam. Single cam, they'll be like, okay, 6 a.m. call time. And then you're there for like 4 hours before you even do anything because they just want to make sure you're there. But now with the COVID protocols, they're going to be like, all right, you come in, you do what you do, get dressed, get in hair and makeup, and boom, go on set. Now, I think it's going to streamline how productions are done right now. But the protocols are like so intense, and I totally get it. Because there's a lot of money on the line. It's a lot of people's jobs all at once, and you just got to make sure it's safe because what happens, a couple of people, you find out somebody on lighting gets COVID, somebody in the wardrobe. It's like all it takes is like 2 or 3 people to shut down a whole production, and that's a lot. That's just a lot to, for a production like this to get shut down. So they're being ultra safe. You have to fill out this form every single day online. You fill out this questionnaire, and when you get to the gate, you have to show them this questionnaire. Like, yes, I whatever the thing that they're showing. Then they go, okay. Then you move forward. Then there's like you have to get to a stop sign, and they take your temperature, and it's like a machine that takes your temperature while you're in the car. It's actually really amazing. And then then I go to my parking spot, and it's like there's like a B zone, an A zone, there's all these zones that only certain people can be a certain place. They really are making sure that we are not just safe, but just making sure they're, they can trace if something does happen, they know who was where and what was what. So it's pretty interesting, and I'm really having I'm having the time of my life because, this is like one of those things you dream about when you first start doing comedy. Well, in my era, when you first came up, it was all about like, oh, you want to get on a network television show. you know. And I've been on some good shows. I've been on Workaholics. I've been on I'm Dying Up Here. I was on Blunt Talk. But I've never been on like a network show. So fingers crossed that it goes. And, you know, I really feel good about it. So I really like the show too, by the way. I'm not just saying it because I'm on it. It's very touching. It's very moving. It's very funny. So hopefully this is that thing that, you know, because this kind of thing that could just change your life. You know, it's pretty amazing. So make sure you guys, you know. Anyways, what else is up? So I just, you know, I stream a lot. Then when I stream, I get on Erik Griffin Gaming. Make sure you check me out on Twitch, Erik Griffin Gaming. I just get so many trolls, man. There's just so many trolls, but it's fine. I'm a troll such a catch-all for like just dickheads, you know, just people that have an attitude for no damn reason. You know, it's like, what are you acting like this for? So they come and they like, you know, it's always the same stuff too. You know, a lot of people will come and they'll ask about Bobby. Where's Bobby? You know, they know that that's like, it just gets annoying. It's like, I don't care. It just gets annoying, you know. And then they come and they just have something to say about my gameplay or whatever it's like. And it's just a tone. It's like a way people say things, the way, like the context of how something is written sometimes, you know, that you just go, ooh, this guy's being a dickhead, you know. So then it's like, and then they go onto YouTube. Then you get the YouTube comments. But I saw this one comment, and the only reason why I'm talking about it is because you hear this a lot as a comedian, and I just want to address it. You hear this a lot. You know, for a comic, you sure can't take a joke. Like, that's a big statement that people say all the time. You're a comic. How come you can't take a joke? All right, let's address this statement. Because this would be like if I was an executioner or if I was like a professional torturer. I work for a terrorist organization and I'm a torturer, okay? It would be like saying, oh, man, for a torturer, you sure can't take torture. I mean, the two things aren't mutually exclusive. Just because I'm a comic doesn't mean I'm not a person, you know? And by the way, when you say that to a comic, a lot of times it's because you said something that's not funny. So we're not reacting to like, oh, we can't take a joke. A lot of times we're reacting to how ill-constructed and terrible the joke you're telling is. I mean, you're just not funny. So this is a better example would be, and we're actually more sensitive to jokes in a sense of how it's constructed, or did you have a good punchline? Was it, you know, we're just, as a comic, you look at these when somebody says something funny and you go, oh man, and we analyze, oh, I know why that was funny. Ooh, well done. Or we have that kind of attitude for it. So when you say some dumb thing and we're like, ugh, what was that, man? What are you talking about? And then you're like, oh man, you can't take a joke. That's the assumption that you think you said something funny. And most of the people that say that statement, why can't you take a joke? You're a comic. Most of the time somebody saying that is the least funniest person you'll ever find. Like, they're like the least funniest person in the room, you know? And we're just more sensitive to humor, you know, of why something's funny or not. I mean, it'd be like a chef, you know, it's like you cook some food and the chef, and even if your food is like even a little bit good, a chef still might be like, ooh, there's too much salt in this. Damn, how high did you have the fire? Like, they're just attuned to certain things and they know why something didn't work. You know, they know they could be like, ooh, you used too much saffron on this, or it's some kind of like, you know, inside baseball thing. You know what I mean? Why a chef would like taste somebody's food and be like, this is missing something. There's something going on with this, right? So that's the same thing with a comedian. So when you come at a comedian with some joke, we're like, okay, because like I love a good joke. I love a good, you know, you say something to me that's like, even if it's mean, if it's well constructed and funny. Like, for instance, I had a buddy of mine. I won't even say who because I don't want him to get, because he would get sensitive actually. But he said, you know, so we were texting and it looks like California on April 15th is going to open up like venues, like comedy clubs and concerts, but at 20% capacity. So I said to him, we're back, baby. And he said, yeah, but at 20% per capacity. So it's going to feel like your road gigs, Erik. Like, that's funny. it's like, got me. You know what I mean? And I laughed. But it's still someone else could be like, ooh, that's mean. But it's like when you do a well-constructed mean joke, if you know what comedy's about, you're going to laugh because, oh, well done. Well played. You got me. So when you idiots write dumb shit in my chat on my Instagram and you think I'm being sensitive because I can't take a joke, nah, bitch, you're just not funny. Write something funny and you will get a response from me that's like, you know what? Got me. That's really funny. So that's all I want to say about that. It just came to me. I just really wanted to talk about it because it was so weird. Because you hear that all the time as a comic, you know. So I wanted to talk about this. And by the way, I'm sitting here on the desk. I'm usually, you know, I'm not in my damn regular thing because of them. I had to move things. I had to take my mic downstairs for them. It's just a whole thing. I don't even know what they're doing down there. I could probably hear them on the sound, but you know, it's crazy. So look out for that on Rachel's channel or her friend Amanda. But I'm sure they'll make me post about it or something. So there's that. So anyways, I did want to talk about a current event that you know really got to me. I actually want to look it up right now. It's about this voting, you know what this voting laws in Georgia, man, this thing, you know, so it's like, so here's some of the most, so, you know, they changed the law. By the way, this is something else too. Before I even talk about this, do not be one of these people to think voting doesn't matter, because it does. Like with all this stuff that happened in Georgia really had a huge impact, and it was directly because of voting. You know, the Democrats getting those 2 seats in Congress or the Senate, whatever one it is. I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff, but whatever they won inspired the Republican side to be like, yo, we gotta let's fix these laws. In their mind, they think they're fixing it. You know, and then the other side thinks that there is voter suppression. Listen, I'm not going to speak on either one of these things. I have my own opinion about what I think should happen. But they have all these things. Like, it's like voters will now have less time to request absentee ballots. Okay. I don't know how that... And people say this affects poor people the most. You know, there are strict new ID requirements for absentee ballots. I think there should be. Okay, so I'm with you on that one. It's now illegal for election officials to mail out absentee ballot applications to all voters. I don't understand that one, but okay. Drop boxes still exist, but barely. I mean, all right. Mobile voting centers are essentially banned. Think an RV where you can vote. All right. Early voting is expanded in a lot of small counties, but probably not more populous ones. All right. Offering food or water to voters waiting in line is now risk misdemeanor charges. I don't understand that one, but okay. If you go to the wrong polling place, it will be harder to vote. If election problems arise, a common occurrence is now more difficult to extend voting hours. Like, I don't even understand some of these. Look, let me just get to what I want to say about this. I don't understand why we're in this day and age, why we are still voting the way we're voting. Why are we voting in person by hand like this? I think the majority of people should be voting online. I just think that we're just not there yet in terms of how people feel about online stuff. Cybersecurity, it's like a whole big thing that people talk about all the time. Cybersecurity, you know, it's like the Russians are hacking us and all this stuff. Apparently it's still happening anyway, right? But look, if we're going to invest any money in warfare, there has to be some that has to go towards not missiles, but cybersecurity. So I'm going on the premise that we're going to get our cybersecurity in gear, but we should be voting online. We should be voting electronically, basically, is what I'm saying. And for the people to think that it's not safe, if you think the more human beings you have involved in the process, to me, the more there is chance for error and mess up, you know? I mean, just think about it. I'm putting my voting thing in a box that's sitting outside. Like, it's just outside. I voted this year. It was outside the library in Culver City. It's just a box just sitting there. There was raccoons and shit walking by. Like, there's no security at this box. It's just a box. Now, who's picking that up? Somebody's got to come pick that up. They put that in the back of a truck, and then what? What's going on in that truck? Then that truck goes to, where is it? Is there some vault that they're keeping these things in? Like, is there some secure room? When do they count? How long is it sitting there before they do the count? How long is it sitting there before they do the tally, or they put it in, like they record it, or that, this is all so many human beings involved in making sure this thing is, done right. I mean, if you think that's safer than just, hey, let's work on the cybersecurity and get this done. We're already doing it in areas of society. I have Clear. If you travel a lot, I travel a lot, so I have this thing Clear. So when you go Clear, you go to the airport. They have your fingerprint, and then they actually take your eye. They scan your eye, okay? They have the technology, all right? So now when I go on a plane, any place that has Clear, I don't even have to take out my ID. They scan my eye, or they take my fingerprint. They see it in the system. Boom. Now he can get on the plane. I can get on the plane. I mean, for something as important as security for an airplane, they are using electronics. All right. They're using online services because that's an online thing. It's on a server someplace. It's secure. We already have face recognition on our phones. Like, your iPhone is face recognition. The iPhone is one of the most secure devices that we have out there. They've tried to hack iPhones many times. Now, when you hear about people that have been hacked and that stuff that happens, especially with picture leaks, it's my understanding that it's always some third-party software that somebody put on their phone that opened a back door for somebody to come in. And yes, there's malware and hackware, and there's all these kinds of things to, but that's human error right there. It's not necessarily that somebody's, like the movies where somebody's hacking somebody's phone. It's actually pretty hard to hack an iPhone. iPhone is actually pretty secure. My point is, we have facial recognition already on the phone right there. We should be registering that way. Eyeballs, they already have your fingerprints at the DMV. That for you people that are like, well, I don't want them knowing so much about me, all this crap, all this bullshit, you think in your head, all you conspiracy theory dummies. All I'm saying is, this stuff is already going on, because if you have a driver's license, they have your fingerprint. They already have your thumbprint, okay? They already have records like that. If you have a phone, if you're using your iPhone and you have the facial recognition, it's already there. It's in the Apple server, okay? It's already there. Why aren't we using that stuff? It would change all of this voting nonsense. You would have a certain number of days that you have to vote. It's like a voting opens. You have some sort of secure app that you would have to download. It's some, you know what I mean? You would get it, that you could be on your computer or your phone. You could, put all the things in that you need. I want this person, that person. They can have videos and commercials and things linked to things, so you can look up information as you're doing it right there. You have a certain number of days. You send in your vote. It goes to some secure server, and it's tallied. Okay? It just would make voting so much easier. And we would also have a wider net of people that we could get to vote. I mean, listen, I know there's probably the comments are probably going to be on fire talking about whatever it is. Whatever we need to do to move forward to get to this point where we are voting online. Look, we bank online. We pay taxes online. I have jokes about this. How come we could pay taxes online, but we can't vote online? And then somebody's like, well, it's not secure. Well, is the money secure? Is the money secure? Because I bet you that money is secure as hell. I bet you the government making sure they get their money. So let's put the voting on the same system as the money collection, because that seems to be working great 100% of the time. They getting their money. So why can't they get their votes the same way? So I know that whatever your feelings about it, and I'm sure the comments are going to be on fire talking about why we can't, and all I'm saying is we should be moving towards this. We should be moving towards it. I thought I heard Obama talking about this too, saying look, we got to move forward, and to start voting online. I think it's important because it would legitimately change the whole political process. Because if you can actually get more people to vote in the safety of their home, they're just in their home and they're able to just vote, we would get more votes. You would actually have a better tally of, who's doing what, better polls, like these. Anytime I hear about a poll, this Gallup poll, who's taking polls? Who the hell's polling? Who's ever taken a poll here? Because I have never signed up for a poll. And then these polls are always speaking for me, It'll be like, certain age men of us, and you go like, I don't remember taking a poll like that. Like, who are the people doing these damn polls? So if you had like a real actual, have it on your phone. All right, let's all poll. They could be like, okay, Monday's poll day. When they go like, when they say like, how's the president doing? His like, whatever that number is, they always check, his favorability or whatever they call it. I'm missing the words escaping me right now, but it's like, they should say, okay, so Monday we're going to say, hey, how do you think the president is doing from 1 to 10? And then everybody would do it on that day. All right, boom. And then you could have like a more accurate number. I mean, there's so many ways that technology could streamline a lot of this nonsense because it's so politicized right now. Like I said, I'm not going to speak on if the Republican Party as a whole is somehow trying to engage in voter suppression. That's not what I'm talking about. And at the same time, I'm not talking about the other side being like, with these like accusations as if there isn't some valid things that has been changed in the voting. I don't know. Okay. When I see all this and I hear all the back and forth and, Major League Baseball is pulling out of Georgia because of this voting. When I hear all this, I go, man, there has to be a better way to get this done. And I think that we're headed towards the most logical solution to this is to vote online. All right? That's how I feel about it. So you tell me what you think about it in the comments. Should we be voting online? Has it been too politicized? Because I really feel that it has. And it's driving people, it's actually driving people crazy. I just think that, like Charles Barkley had that great thing he said about he feels like politicians on the left and the right are trying to keep us divided so they can control us. And I mean, I think there's some truth to that. I mean, even I sound like an idiot conspiracy theorist type person, but there is something to like, the rich getting richer and the poor staying poor and the middle class being fractured. And it's just like, even when you look at COVID and the coronavirus, how political has it been? Like, I never feel that anybody cares about health. It's just rare. You always, when anybody talks about it, you go, well, what lens are they looking at this through? And it always has to be that, if I feel like. It's like everything's so polarizing. You can't just have a common sense conversation. And that's all I'm trying to do when I say about this. It's just like, look, I'm not going to get into the politics of the left and right, but I think both sides would benefit from if we had a better system of voting. And I say, let's vote online. All right. I guess that's all they have to say about that. What's up, guys? I want to talk to you right now about my sponsor. I love these guys, BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Because, we have so many things right now that interfere with our happiness. The coronavirus, all the restrictions, how's your job? Are you back at work? Or, just so many things this year has just really gotten to us, man. And as I say all the time, therapy helps. I've been to therapy. It really helped me organize my thoughts. And that's what it's about. You organizing your thoughts with a professional who's going to help you connect the dots, not solve your problems, but help you connect the dots. And this is a safe, private, online environment. So it's super convenient, right? And you can get started in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It is a self-help line. Like I say, it helped me, because I had a ton of issues. Just as a comic, I have a ton of issues and dealing with my mom. And so, talking with my therapist really helped me like dig deep and to find out like, oh man, this is why I feel that way. It's because of this. And once you have that knowledge, it really helps you when things start to come at you because you recognize the patterns. But look, you'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video phone sessions, all without having to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. Because I can't stand that when you're in that uncomfortable waiting room. So the service is available for clients worldwide, and they deal with a number of things: depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, LGBT issues, self-esteem, all that stuff. And everything you share is completely confidential. It's convenient, it's professional, and most importantly, everybody, it's affordable. All right. So I want you to start living a happier life today. And as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/Griffin. Hear what I said? 10% off your first month. betterhelp.com/Griffin. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Griffin for 10% off your first month. Thank you. And let's get back to the show. All right, y'all. So I want to talk about King Kong Godzilla. King Kong versus Godzilla. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm telling you, you should see it. It's just monster porn, and I love it. Not porn in a way like, not nasty. It's not like Godzilla was like bent King Kong over. No, this movie is so campy and fun, and it's just straight up. It just reminds me of the old school days. Like when I was a kid, I'm Saturday morning cartoon kid. Like those days are done. Like nobody even talks about that anymore. Nobody's like, hey, you watch cartoons on Saturday? That's such a my generation thing. Gen whatever I am. We watch Saturday morning cartoons, and I used to love it. So we would watch, and I remember the cartoons from my era. It was like Robotech, Thundercats, He-Man, what else? Voltron. Like those were the cartoons, and of course, like the Tiny Toons and Bugs Bunny and all those things. And then we'd watch those on Saturday, and then it was like wrestling, and I used to WWF. That was great. Hulk Hogan, Randy Macho Man Savage, all that stuff. We'd watch wrestling, and then we'd watch Kung Fu too, like Black Belt Theater. I used to love those movies, man. All the terribly dubbed Kung Fu movies from wherever they were from, China, Korea, wherever they were from, all different places. I used to love those movies, man. And then they would show occasionally these like really terrible like monster movies, man. Like Godzilla got a problem with Japan. Okay, because he is just continuously tearing this city up, right? And it's just like the graphics are terrible, but it was just something about like Godzilla just stomping through the city and just wrecking everybody. And then you would like root. So then you didn't like him because he was tearing up the city and messing with human beings. But then you'd be like, oh, we need you, Godzilla, because here comes Rodan, the big, and here comes King Kong, and here comes like Mothra and all these like whatever I'm not doing all the monster names justice, but it just was like, oh man, I really had a flashback to my childhood when I was watching this King Kong Godzilla. It was so good. And the thing is, it's like a pseudo sequel to these like even shittier movies that have come out in the past 5 years. And I didn't realize that they were all connected, So I guess they had the King Kong. I think that one of the King Kongs is, I think that they combined, like, because like the people from the Godzilla and the people from the King Kong are in this movie. I think, I don't even know, but I did recognize a couple of people from the other movies because you kind of just casually have those movies on in the background. But they finally did it together, so this is like their Avengers. You know what I mean? So they had their shitty movies, and then they put it all together in this big, fantastic movie. Yeah, it's cheesy, it's corny. I couldn't tell you what the story was about. I didn't get it. All I know is there was a little girl who King Kong liked, which I found ridiculous, by the way. Like, what's this little girl doing with this big ass monkey? What you doing? Where's her parents? Where's her guardian? She out in the middle of the jungle with this big ass building size monkey. big old gorilla, and she's all, hey King Kong, touch my finger. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And everybody's okay with this? I don't know. It just child services at some point got to step in, with this situation. So, they got him in like Truman Show. Spoiler alert. Oh well. But you saw in the trailer, they showed in the trailer that King Kong's in this habitat, and it just was just some big old habitat, and he throws a tree he knows something's up. So, and then like Godzilla so apparently Godzilla has saved everybody in the last Godzilla movie. I remember that because I saw that one. So I don't know what the plot was, but apparently all the monsters rose up, and Godzilla was like the king of all the monsters, and Godzilla had to defeat all them and just once again destroy everything. The property damage once again is just outrageous. And so Godzilla goes, so we just living with Godzilla. Like, that's the thing I thought was like so bizarre about that universe, is that Godzilla just comes out of the ocean and then on a whim can just ransack someplace, and then he just goes back into the ocean, and we just kind of like, well, Godzilla's gone. Let's get back to normal. Let's rebuild. So it's just, that's bizarre. But so Godzilla comes back because this company is doing something funky. All right. So of course there's an evil company, and they're doing some evil company shit. And then Godzilla comes and he's like, for some reason, and there's some power source, and it's like, look, I ain't doing the story justice because I want you to watch it. And then of course, Godzilla and King Kong are like enemies, but then the company makes something terrible that then Godzilla and King Kong got to team up. So it's like, it's just utter nonsense. That's really the best way I could just describe it. Like, just complete utter nonsense. But it is what it is, man. But like I say, I give it thumbs up for, not for story. I just the action. Just like, it was just like, I wanted to go to the movie theater because I haven't been to the movies yet. I really want to go to the movie theater, but I'm going to wait till the show finishes taping because I have not even gone out. I went out once and I just been like, I go to the set, I come back because I ain't trying to like, oh my God, excuse me. Damn. I should cut that out. No, I'm going to keep it in. I'm just tired, guys, because I got to get up so early, and I was helping my girl. But I haven't gone out. I just didn't want to get sick. Even though I have my first vaccine shot is already done, and I get my second shot on the 11th. So, and I've taken like 5 COVID tests already, every single one negative. But it is what it is. You have to do it for the show. But I'm just like, I was like, ooh, I hate to like go someplace and somebody sneeze by accident, and then like I get kicked off the show because they don't want to postpone it, and they get somebody else, and that whole thing will be a nightmare. So I'm trying to do my part. So I haven't really gone out, but I do want to go to the movie theaters, and I'm not sure what the capacity at the movie theater is, if it's 10%, 20%, and I don't even know what that would be. Like, I wonder if they have if they have the seats sectioned off, or if they took seats out. I haven't been to the theater, so tell me in the comments if you have been to the movie theater, what's that like? Because I'd like to know what's going on there, because I missed that. Man, it's just so strange, like, to think of all the things that I haven't been able to do. I've gone to a couple of restaurants, and I like sitting inside. Sometimes I don't want to sit outside. I just don't want to sit outside. And there's some places where it's nice and it's beautiful, but other times I'm like, okay, can we sit inside? Because I'm just going to go sit inside. I feel safe. It's not like there's all kinds of people walking around. It's actually, I think it's safer inside than outside, just optics wise, looks. I mean, I don't know the science of that. I'm just saying it just feels safer because when you're inside, they're going overboard. Nobody's over there. It's just the waiter. The waiter's covered in a hazmat suit. But when you're outside, I see people just walking by tables. It seems willy nilly outside. I think that the fact people are outside, so they think, well, we're outside, so it's so super safe. So I don't know. But anyways, I really, I think next week I'm going to find a theater that's open, and I'm going to go see this movie in the theater. Cause like I say, I thought it was, really good. All right. Another show, a show that I started to watch is, this Ginny and Georgia and Ginny with my good buddy Brianna Howie. She's the star. She's been on my podcast. It's so good. Like, I gotta tell you, it's just a well done show. It's a really well done show, and I highly recommend watching it. It's just a great sort of like two stories going on at once, which I really like. A sort of coming of age story of the girl, Ginny, and then like this like really just incredible story of the mom who had all the things she had to deal with in her childhood and how she's trying to raise her kid but also like keep her kid safe and like hide her secrets. And it's just a great story, and everybody's doing a really great job on the show. So, you know, I don't know what you're into, but I do recommend Ginny and Georgia, or Georgia and Ginny. I don't even know the name, but it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, so I do recommend that. And I'd love to hear some recommendations from you people too, because I want to do some more reviews weekly of certain shows. So I'd love a good recommendation. And, you know, because I watch on all kinds of, so I have Disney, Amazon, I watch everywhere. And I notice because of what I watch when I look on Netflix, I'm getting a lot of the foreign shows showing up on my thing now, on my queue, or because you watched this, you watched that. So, and I really like what Netflix is doing with those shows, because a lot of these shows from like Spain and wherever they are, Korea, all these different shows that they have on, you don't really realize that they're dubbed, because they're actually spending good money on the actors now. Like the dubbing is so much better than like those kung fu movies I was telling you about earlier. So I do like that. So like there's certain shows that you watch and you go, oh man, that's pretty good. I wonder what that's, it's like, I wonder what that's, because you could change it. Like sometimes I've tried on a few of these shows, I've changed the language to like where you have to read the subtitles. And I've just gotten so used to whoever the voice actor is that I'm like, I want to listen to, I need to have it in English, because it's a different experience. I hate reading movies, but also you start to get used to like a cadence. It's like when you're listening to an audiobook, and I love audiobooks. I love like listening to a series, right? But I hate when they change the reader mid-series, because in my mind, the first reader, they have the voices that they want to do. There's inflections, and you hear the pattern, and you know when that person is changing their voice to be like a guy or a girl. If it's like if it's a girl reading, I love. There's this one. Her name's Tavia Gilbert. She's a voiceover actor who does like a lot of audiobooks. This chick is amazing. I tweet at her all the time, like, you are amazing. But she does a male voice. She does all the voices. And so I hate when that person's doing their thing and then they change mid-series. And then you're like, who is this? This isn't the person, So I hate when they do that. But this is the same thing when you start watching a series and then you switch over to the native language that they're speaking in. It's just, it just comes out weird. So I don't know, guys. What else? I saw that. I can't wait to watch American Idol. I talked about American Idol last week, so I will keep you posted on American Idol when that's coming forward. And I really hope this show goes, because it's on ABC. American Idol's on ABC, so maybe I'll have like an inside track. I want to go to the finale if they're letting people come in. I'm just excited. I love American Idol. It's great. So especially this season, it's like such a tremendous amount of talent. So make sure you check that out. And then lastly, the episode 3 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Whoo, that show is great. I really like it. Sebastian Stan, Alex Mackey is, I believe, his name. Anthony Mackie. Anthony. It's not Alex. It's Anthony. Whichever one of those. The Falcon. This show is so good. I love what they're doing. I love the money they spent on it. But episode 3 was good, because they went to go see the guy from which one was it? From which one was it? Whichever one it was, where Captain America and Iron Man were fighting each other. Civil War. Yeah, Captain America Civil War. So the bad guy in that, the guy from Sokovia, the fake nation, who masterminded them fighting each other, and he was against Hydra from the beginning. They bring him back, and I love this. I love that they're taking all these sort of like B, C characters, from the movie, and they're bringing them into this show. And good for those people, because what else they got to do? They're like, oh shit, I get to keep this going. This is great. So they bringing all these people. Like they brought the girl from Captain America's love interest, and they they kept going with her story, because of course, remember, she like stole Captain America's gear and the Falcon's gear and gave it to them. Yeah, but so she got in trouble for that. And I love that. That little nuanced thing is so great. So she got in trouble. So she on the run. She out in some like foreign country doing some shit on her own. And so I love that they added that little thing. So like all that stuff is still going on. So that, they went to go see him to find out about, the super soldier serum, that's been, and so it's just coming to a head. I love it. It's only episode 3. So I do highly recommend you guys watch that. But anyways, this is a shorty but goodie. Once again, I do want to thank BetterHelp. They were great, great sponsor. I want to thank them. And I want to thank you guys for listening and watching Riffin with Griffin. And shout out to Wiggy. It's not his real name. His name's Nate. But for helping me out. I mean, so you saw the video. So I'm going to do some more videos. And that's going to be, I'm going to start doing more Patreon content. So make sure you check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Erik Griffin. Check that out. And I'll have that video's up there. I have it free right now. And so, I'm going to start giving you some content like that. iPhone in with Griffin, straight to a Patreon. And, keep listening and keep watching, and I'll keep you posted. I love giving you guys updates about what's going on in my life, what's going on with this show. And if it goes or not, I'll just keep trucking along, and we'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens next in my life. But this is like one of those things that it's like, oh man, please go, because it would be so life-changing. It's like, this is how the business works, man. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's like you're sitting at home and you get an audition and you're like, what? Audition? And then you do the audition and you get great feedback, and then it's like, oh my God, I'm talking to the producers, and the producers are like, all right, come do a test. Then you get a test, and then the network's like, yeah, we approve him. Then you're on a show. Then you're like, oh my God, I'm on a show. Then you have to film the pilot. Then you have to wait and see if it gets picked up. And then if it gets picked up, you're like, wow, all from one email, right? One email can change your life. I mean, it's like great pay. It's like an easy schedule. And it's like at this stage of my life, I'm like, wow, to get something like that would just be amazing. So fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed. And keep those good vibes out there for me. So thanks again for listening and watching Riffin with Griffin, Erik Griffin Gaming on Twitch most days. Because I don't know what my schedule, but most days, this coming week, I might not stream a lot, but after that, until we find out if the show gets picked up, I'll still be streaming every single day. So make sure you guys check that out. I want you to be safe out there. Wear your masks and get your vaccine. That's my feeling about it, because I'm getting mine. I'll let you know how that's going too. I might even have that be iPhone it with Griffin content, where I go to get my vaccine shot, because it's my second one, and I'm nervous because people have had, like they said, something, they felt something after they got sick or they had a fever for a day. So I'm nervous about, like, am I going to have a reaction? So I'm a little apprehensive about that. And I got some shows coming up. If you're in the Palm Springs area, Ian Edwards and I are going to be doing a show in Palm Springs. So I have that stuff on my website, which I have not updated yet. But I still got people hitting me up about doing my website. So we got that. Look out for that kind of stuff too. And then, we'll see. We'll see how my new intern guy, if it works out, what he's been doing. He made some other videos too, like he got some like greatest hit stuff. So I'm gonna have that stuff up on Facebook and maybe even Instagram, because they're monetizing on Instagram now. So I don't know. I'm gonna be everywhere. So anyways, I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next